We are the most advanced gold restart in the industry. 4,500 tonne a day, world-class mill, 4 million ounces gold resource, 3 underground mines fully built, a world-class open pit deposit called Tres Barracas right next to the mill.
The mine is ready to go. We're just fine-tuning the latest requisites from the authorities in order to have it all ready and getting this promised 40,000 ounces per year for the short term and doubling production for the next 2 3 years.
As Enrique said, 6 to 7 million ounces potentially if we were to remodel, fully built by a world-class gold miner, and we're valuing this round at just 138 Canadian, of which half of that value is just the stakes in Chancery and Liver Gold itself. So you're almost getting, in this round, Pilar Gold for free, which is crazy. But that's the way we roll. We like to bring our investors in at very nice multiples to get significant upside. Just click on the link, the More button below. Click on Pilar Gold. There, just register your name, email, your phone number if you like. Eric, Max, Jamila, Ed and I, and also Enrique will happily get on the phone.
Today we're having a chat with Jeremy Gray, the outgoing CEO, and Enrique, the incoming CEO of Pilar Gold. Gents, great to have you on the channel again. Lots of exciting updates to go through. Of course, Pilar Gold is in a ramp up towards production in just a few months' time. And Enrique, I believe you just came back from site, so excited to dive into your thoughts on the situation on the ground. But Jeremy, I think it would be great to start with a short and sweet overview for anyone who might not be familiar with Pilar Gold.
Oh, great, Stein, and really great to be back on the show. Very proud of where Pilar's going. We are the most advanced gold restart in the industry. 4,500 tonne a day, world-class mill, 4 million ounces resource, gold resource, 3 underground mines fully built, a world-class open pit deposit called Tres Barracas right next to the mill, and we've just very proudly announced the appointment of Enrique De Alvear as CEO, a very young rising star of the industry, just 32, and I think he's the next Rodrigo Barbosa from Aura Minerals. We've hired and brought Enrique on as CEO as we get ready to go public. We need a very professional corporate team, and he's going to lead with great vigor, and very excited about where the company's going.
Yeah, congratulations, Enrique, on the promotion. Would be very excited to dive into your background for a second, really where you're coming from, and of course also your visit to site. What are your impressions, and really what is the situation on the ground right now?
Hello, Stein. Thank you very much for the kind words there. Oh yeah, well, basically I would start with my background. My background is mostly finance and private equity. This is how I met Jeremy back in the day when we were working on the acquisition of Tucano, from the investment firm I worked in. I decided to join Jeremy after I saw all of the potential and the view that Jeremy and the team had in order to just find opportunistic situations in terms of mining. Well, I think, Stein, you are already aware of those success stories, right? Not only Pilar, but Tucano itself, on Laiva, etc. I think they have been already mentioned in your channel. And this kind of background plus the mining situations that I've been incorporating into my knowledge here are what made Jeremy made this decision, and I cannot be happier about that. And yes, I've just arrived from Pilar Gold. It's been the third time this year, this 2026, and I can say that everything's fantastic here. The mine is ready to go. We're just fine-tuning the latest requisites from the authorities in order to have it all ready and getting this promised 40,000 ounces per year for the short term and doubling production for the next 2 3 years. It's going to be fantastic, Stein and Jeremy. I can tell everything is ready to go.
Everything is ready to go. We love the sound of that. So perhaps we can dive into some more of the specifics. The last time we spoke with Jeremy, I believe 2 months ago, we were talking about a new fleet coming in. What is the situation with that? And really, what are the timelines to restart this mine?
Well, yeah. And Jeremy already mentioned this. We've partnered with fantastic supplier here. It's called Resimim from Peru, Sotrec in Brazil, which is basically the Brazilian Caterpillar, right? Apart from that, we have already partnered with JCHX from China. Richard, our country manager, he went there a few months ago in order to check the machinery, and he was just amazed by the advancements. So they're ready to be shipped. And we are expecting this machinery to come to site in around 2 months. In the meantime, we are, as I said, fine-tuning the ventilation works, the geotechnical works at Pilar Mine in order to get it produced. I do not know whether we have already mentioned this, but the plant is ready. I mean, it's right next to site. So it would just be a matter of bringing all of the material that's already mined in Pilar, be processed in the plant while we start mining. And I think finally we are getting to production this time. And what I can say about the equipment this time, if I may, is everybody inside is just amazed by the quality of the equipment we are incorporating. And I do not know whether I should say this, but we've found the most efficient offer that we could find. I mean, our shareholders would really like it.
And Jeremy, how should we think about investments and production cadence for the rest of this year? How are you looking at that really ramping up this mine for the remainder of this year?
Yeah, so as Enrique said, we're planning to be producing in 3 to 4 months. We're raising 10 million Canadian in this current round at 30 cents. That's more than enough to get started. But also we have 6.2 million Liva Gold shares. And Stein, you've been to Liva in Finland. The company Liva Gold starts trading in the next 2 to 3 weeks. And that's very valuable liquidity potential for Enrique and the team as they ramp up production. And also Pilar is the largest shareholder of Chancery Royalty, which they own a third of this beautiful royalty company, which is the stake alone is nearly half of the current enterprise or the current market cap of this 30-cent round. So you get in, it's a really well set scenario. And also it's important to note we restructured the whole business, didn't we? Back from June of 24, we've completely restructured the debt. So we're basically almost debt free, and any debts payable we've cut by 75 to 80 cents in the dollar, and they're not payable until years 4 to years 10. So it gives Enrique and the team just a massive advantage as we turn the mine back on. A mine that's ran very consistently since Yamana built it in 2012, ran for 12 years, made money every year when gold was below $2,000 an ounce. And at these prices, Stein, it's going to make at least 10 to 12 million a month once we're back in full swing. So couldn't be in a better place. And I think Enrique's now he's going to be on site most of the time. He speaks Portuguese. It's one of my many disadvantages. I didn't have the language. And I'm just so excited for what he and the team are going to achieve over the next couple of years.
And Enrique, something that I would be very excited to hear from your perspective. Jeremy and I have spoken about this plenty in past interviews, the real value of Pilar Gold. Of course, the infrastructure in place, the plant, the 4 million ounces in the ground, it's a very modular setup. But how are you thinking about the value proposition of the company, and really what is the biggest opportunity that you see for the company?
Yes, and that's a very interesting question. So right away, what I could say, we do have these 4 million ounces that you've mentioned, right? What's about these ounces? They were valued in 2021 at $1,650 the ounce. What has already happened is there has not been significant extraction since then, but we have a more favorable market, right? We have prices of $4,500, $4,600 the ounce. So we could just right away revalue these ounces, get the cut-off grade down, and this would just increase the 4 million ounces that we have into 5-6 million ounces right now, and include the Tres Buracos ones. They are not included in the 43-101 technical report, right? So we consider that we would have 300,000 ounces there. So you can just put that into the back as well. And the underground potential of Tres Buracos, but it is something I will just leave it to the future. So right away, we could just increase our ounces for everyone that is looking for comparables, value to ounces, value to reserves. And again, this is just how we would start.
That's of course incredible, and this mine just has the potential to continue to go for decades.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There's also another thing here, Stein. We are working on an advanced technology here for the tailings dam. You know, tailings dam, they are very good. They're a very regulated thing in Brazil. So we're just working on this technology here, tri-stacking, all of the vegetation, they call that in Brazil, right? For the tailings. And, we believe we can just double our life of mine without getting into the environmental licensing that normally it's very, very much time consuming here. And, it would be very favorable for the mining authorities as well. So this is just another advancement that, I'm telling you here as not so secret here. It's one of the opportunities that we are looking for, and it's just amazing how much the teams invested there, working towards production and getting the mine to be working for 10, 20, 30 years.
And we spoke about roughly a $10 million investment that you're looking for restarting Pilar Gold. How should we think about operational costs? So on an all-in sustaining cost or a cash cost basis during the ramp-up process, and once you're at a steady state, 40,000 ounces a year, and hopefully, of course, growing past that over time, how should we think about the cost of Pilar Gold compared to perhaps some peers?
Well, yeah, so basically I would like to talk about the cost and break it down for the underground mines and the open pit Tres Buracos project, right? So as you can imagine, Tres Buracos would have a lower cost, right? We are estimating the cost at $1,500 the ounce, while for the underground mine, I would say 1,800 more or less, considering Cayamar, which is a little bit farther and would have increasing transport costs. But then what we have here is the opportunity to just decrease the cost from the beginning, right? The company is not producing right now. This is the opportunity for us to start with the teams again. This is what we are working with our general manager and introducing bit by bit the latest technologies and the procedures and the logistics that we are not going to inherit what German had or what the Equinix had. We will just start from scratch, looking for the efficiency here and trying to decrease this cost to $40, $50, $100 the ounce in total average, right? So yeah, I mean, when compared to the other companies, I would say these other companies, it's pretty much difficult for them just to change the whole logistics here. And we have the perfect opportunity here to provide this value for our investors.
What Enrique is saying, Stein, is we're starting with a clean sheet of paper, a restructured balance sheet, a much higher gold price, a lean and hungry team. And we could not be in a better place, could we? We're just so excited. I mean, I think Pilar is going to be one of the most exciting new restarts. And as Enrique said, 6 to 7 million ounces potentially if we were to remodel at a higher gold price. That's a big deposit, right? These are big ounces, fully built by a world-class gold miner, and we're valuing this round at just 138 Canadian, of which half of that value is just the stakes in Chancery and Liver Gold itself. So you're almost getting, in this round, Pilar Gold for free, which is crazy. But that's the way we roll. We like to bring our investors in at very nice multiples to get significant upside. We were just down at Tucano last week, Stein. What a beautiful asset that's turned out to be. Amazing. It's just going into production now. Gold Road, you've been to Gold Road. It's now producing. It's about to list in June, as is Tucano, is about to list in July. And also Liver, we bought that, didn't we, back 3 years ago when no one was interested in a beautiful big gold mine in Finland. So, we're really starting to get in the groove here, and Pilar might just be the most successful of our 4 gold companies.
And perhaps, Jeremy, we can quickly talk about your current raise. You already started outlining it, the valuation and the likes. How's demand currently looking like? At what valuation are you raising the capital? How many shares are there outstanding pre-money?
Yeah, definitely. This is a 30-cent round. So historically, we've done rounds before, and I'll take a bit of a step back. We did have operational problems back in 22, but we did rounds at 25, 40, 70, and $1. And we're now doing a round at 30 cents. So it's a nice entry point, let's be honest. And there's 490 million fully diluted shares and options and warrants out. So the structure has blown out a little bit. So at 30 cents, you're around 138, 140 million Canadian valuation. The Chancery stake's worth about 60 Canadian, and that Chancery is going gangbusters right now because Pilar has a royalty into Chancery, and in return they become the largest shareholder. And I don't know if you noticed, Stein, but the royalty business is just going crazy with new transactions at crazy multiples. So that stake's going to be extremely valuable for Pilar. So you're effectively buying it for a PE of 1 next year, and probably in the ground resource of, I don't know, I haven't worked it out. What's 50 million divided by 6 million ounces of gold? Probably $50 an ounce. It's probably even less than that. I haven't even done those numbers. So very nice entry point. The response has been incredible. I think they heard that Enrique's taking on the role of CEO. So that's probably why the response has been so great. So, yeah.
And Jeremy, how can anyone reach out and potentially participate?
Just click on the link, the More button below, click on Pilar Gold, and there just register your name, email, your phone number if you like. Eric, Max, Jamila, Ed and I, and also Enrique will happily get on the phone and just tell you more about this beautiful story. You know, Stein, we're so blessed. We have over 2,400 private investors in our 6 companies, and we've built that over the last 8 years. We're so proud to have them. Many of our investors invest in all of our companies. Many are new, and we want to bring them in and make them good money. So yeah, we will reach out to you, and we love, one of my favorite parts of the job is really getting to know our investors, building that loyalty, that trust. And we have real assets here. This is not this is a real business. Like, you try and build this now and try and find 6 million ounces, get it permitted, try and build it, you're looking at $1 billion. And that's why I think Pilar Gold's going to be $1 billion market cap.
And Enrique, of course, the company is private for now. How are you thinking about, shareholder returns, a path towards a public listing?
Well, yes, as I mentioned, first of all, we want to extract the more value of it, right? This being updated in the 43-101 technical report, which, it's something that needs to be done for the listing. And we want to get Pilar to start producing. Again, this is going to take 3 to 4 months. We are in May right now, so we could be expecting production and the updated report by September, October. This means that we are still on our roadmap to get Pilar listed before December this year. And this is our actual way. We believe and we want to take advantage of this current gold market, and we can definitely say that we want Pilar listed before the end of 2026.
Excellent. Well, very exciting update, gentlemen. Thank you so much for your time today. Tremendously appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Stan.
Great stuff. You're the best, mate.